Hey there, how's it going? Little technical glitch there. Should be all fixed now. Hope everybody's doing okay today. Danny says, woohoo! It's good to see you today. I hope you had a good week, Danny. I didn't really get to talk to you much this week. It's kind of crazy week. But I hope all is well. We'll get started here in just a second while I get a few things put together. Today's stream will be just a little different because I didn't want to waste a lot of time retreading things that had already been seen on the channel before. So I went ahead and got to a certain spot in the dungeon, and we'll just jump right in so we don't waste any time. In fact, let's go ahead and get that going right now. It's about time to get this started. Okay. Why does my game not have any sound? We're having all kinds of technical problems today, so I apologize. Just bear with me, and we'll get it figured out. There we go. There we go. I think that fixed it. All right. So once again, welcome back to the stream. We are streaming Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord, the brand new remake of the game. And so far in the game, we have explored all of the first level, all of the second level, and all of the third level. And we've taken a trip down to the fourth level, where we got a hold of this key item, the blue ribbon, which allows us to use the express elevator to the deepest levels of the game. Basically, at that point, we realized that we had completed the trial, the Proving Grounds, and we are now worthy of the actual quest of finding the evil wizard Werdna and bringing the amulet back to town. There's still several more levels of the maze to explore, and that elevator only took us to a certain portion of level 4. So before we proceed deeper into the maze, we're going to take a moment to poke around and see what else there is out there. So like I said, we took the elevator to level 4, but there's also a set of stairs that leads down to level 4, and that's what we're going to go down today. So what I've done in the game is I've brought us right to the stairs on level 3. If you look at the map that's on the screen right now, you'll see the stairs are in the coordinates 1 east, 8 north. And so that's where we're at currently, and we're about to descend the stairs into level 4. And it's a hidden door, so we're going in. Actually, I think I misspoke. I think I actually walked down to level 4 already before I started the stream. So let's take a quick peek, see where we're at. Oh, we're on level 3, so here we are. There's the stairs. I was looking right at them. Down to the 4th level. Now, of course, when you first arrive on a new floor, you don't know where you're at. So we will go ahead and cast the Doom-a-Pick spell. And as you can see, some of the map is already filled out because that's the portion of the map that we explored via the elevator. But there's quite a bit more here to look at. So let's see, which way do we want to go? We've already partially explored some of this on the left, so I think that would be a good starting point. Let's make sure we have a low Milwa spell activated for light. And on we go. Now again, we're on the 4th level. Our characters are at a level that's fairly appropriate for level 4. But at the same time, we're not quite comfortable. Just like always, a bad encounter could spell doom for the party. So we're just checking out rooms and places we've not been. A friendly party of ogres. If I remember right, there is a group of rooms on this level where there's an encounter almost every room. I hope that's not what we've hit here. But we've got a new monster, the Boring Beetle. Oh, do we want to go ahead and use these heavy spells here or no? Merlin's got more. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Nasty little bite, isn't it? So the Mahalito spell hurt, but it didn't kill them all. But at this point, we should be able to pick them away fairly easily. Strong little creatures. We're going to get them. Hey there, welcome to the stream. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. I will do my best to answer. Can mostly answer almost any question about the game itself, but this newer version has some quirks and things that are new and different. Alright, so we're going to inspect the chest. Frodette here is going to take a look at the chest. Believes it is a stunner. We got a staff. Let's go ahead and see. Who got the staff? Who was it? Wilma. So we're going to give the staff to Shorty, because Shorty is our bishop and has the ability to identify things. But it is just a regular potion. And we identified a bug in the game the other day. So I have this potion of Latumifus here, and that's what this unidentified potion is. But we've identified a glitch where if you have the item in your inventory, you cannot identify it with the same person. So I'm going to go ahead and give this to someone else. Now it will let me identify. And I need to go ahead and send that to the developers. Alright, so this is not the area that I thought, where every step was going to be a fight. And I'm grateful for that. 8 bears. Are these the werebears from the other night? They are indeed the werebears. Now these guys we're not going to fool around with. We are going to go ahead and... Oops. We're going to go ahead and pull out the stops on them. So that's a lot of bears. And apparently, werebears can paralyze. Alright. Now I don't recall. Do I have a character that can cure paralysis? Let's see. Yep. Let's go ahead and use that. Why did it not work? Oh, because they're poisoned, not paralyzed. Silly me. So let's not use a spell. Let's use one of these cool potions that we have. Alright. So that's been fixed. Let's put Brunellita back in the front lines where she belongs. So we checked out that location. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. Now, you may notice on the map here what looks like a door, and there's not a door here. That's because while I was leveling up the other day, I did spring a teleporter trap that actually took me out of bounds. If you look, you can see on the right this wide open area outside of the map. Actually, its coordinates 12 north and 17 east is where the teleporter trap took me, which is outside of the normal range of the map. But I was able to find a one-way door back in, and that's how we got here. So we've explored everything on this end. Let's head back to the stairs. Nasty. Yes, indeed. The game is very unforgiving, and it is possible to spring a trap that puts you in a place that you may or may not be able to get out of. Click. The party unlocks the door with the statue of the bear. So what is this? What is that? That's a weird looking glitch. What am I seeing here? I'm learning the game. I know nothing about it, but I've been playing for like 5 hours. Well, I'm a lifelong Wizardry fan. I played Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord for many, many, many years. Probably since I was 10 or 11 years old. But this version, of course, is new to me. So, what we're going to do here is these are dragon puppies. Still going to be very dangerous. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Let's see if a Magneto will take them out. And it did. Magneto's a great spell. If the creature breathes, and if it's under level 8, it is instant death for the creature. I'm not sure what I was looking at here. There is a glitch here. Let me screenshot that so I can send that to the devs. That's weird. And I can't see if is there a door behind me? Behind it? It's interesting. What is your party? So, my party is a samurai, which you are able to roll from the very beginning if you're lucky. A good human fighter, which is going to become a lord just as soon as I can get the stats there. Wilma is a priest. Frodette is a halfling thief that will turn into a ninja eventually. Shorty's a bishop, and Merlin's a mage. So I always keep a bishop, a mage, and a priest for healing and magic. Thief that is going to become a ninja eventually. And then samurai because they can cast mage spells, and a fighter that becomes a lord because they can also cast priest spells later down the line. Alright, 2 dragonflies. This should be pretty easy. How does that work with the thief? Because ninja is always evil. So, to change somebody to a ninja just based off their stat points, they would have to be of an evil alignment. That's right. But I don't want to spoil anything for you, but there is an item in the game that is usable only by thieves, and when you use that item, your class is changed to ninja, regardless of if you're neutral or evil. So that's an item that you don't find till much later in the game. But there are also ways to put evil and good characters in a party together. For example, let's say these characters all die right here, right now. And then I make a party, or I make an evil character later, and he goes to the maze and comes to the same spot. He can find the bodies of the good characters, or even the characters if they're alive and just abandoned in the maze, and add them to the party. So you can have a mixed party that way. So what a lot of people will do, if they have an evil character, or if a character turns evil, because your alignment can change throughout the game depending on what you do, they'll take one step out of the maze, drop the party, bring the other guys down, reform the party. That's one way around that restriction. Yes, you can do that in the dungeon, but not the tavern. There's all kinds of tricks like that you can do in the dungeon. For example, as you've probably realized, healing at the inn costs money. Healing hit points at the inn costs money. But casting spells is free. And healing magic points is free. So what a lot of people like myself will do is they'll heal their mages at the inn in the stables for free, take one step into the dungeon, cast curing spells on everybody, then go back to town and get the magic points back and just rinse and repeat. We have a potion. Let's see what the potion is. The good thing about having a bishop is that they can identify items for free. You don't have to pay ball tack to identify items. Alright, so this I know is a potion of Latumifis because it's not giving me the option to identify it. We'll give this to a party member. It still won't let me. Oh, because I've got another one. Alright, well, we know what it is, but very weird bug. 6 large humanoids. These are ogres. They are ogres. So that's a lot of ogres. So I really don't want to use that Mahalato if I don't have to. Let's go ahead and use Merlin's because he's got a few more slots. Alright, this is very manageable now. I really like how the enemies look and their animations. Oh yeah. So you see this ogre here, right? Well, that's what he looked like when the game originally came out. Just a bunch of lines and ASCII characters. So it's really cool. Like for a long time, I've wanted a visually modern version of Wizardry, and I finally have it. Of course, there's the NES version, and there was a PlayStation version in Japan, and those are cool looking too. But this is a whole different level. All right, so we're gonna have another like loop of rooms here, and after this loop, we are gonna head back to town to rest up. Hopefully, we don't encounter anything too much. Werebears. So this time I am going to go ahead and use that Mahalato. And actually, Shorty will cast one, and so will Merlin. Ooh. We still have a bear hanging on? He ran away. First party I made, 3 people died within 20 minutes. Yeah, that's not unusual. My advice for a brand new party in Wizardry is to, make your party, buy your weapons, get the best weapons you can with the little bit of money that they give you, right? And then, this is so weird. What is that? Looks like a stairway almost. Shouldn't be there. Then just kind of go. As soon as you enter the dungeon, head to the right, go in that first room. It almost always triggers a battle, and it's usually not too bad. Go into the first room, just kind of wander the first 2 hallways going in and out of the rooms until you're able to... Hold on. Let me look at something. I want to see something. Until you get to maybe level 2 or 3. Once I think you've hit about level 3 on average in the party, that's a good time to go ahead and explore the remainder of level 1. There's an awfully big gap in there. And we've not found the stairs yet. If I remember, the stairs are somewhere in there. Let me make sure my Millwa spell hasn't worn off. We're going to make one more round, one more loop through here. I saw some people reporting that. Yeah, I did that with my second team. I just touched floor 3. My party is now level 7. Okay, so you're trucking right along. 3 is an interesting level. There it is. I see it. I see it. Oh, no, go back. Right there. The Millwa spell showing me a hidden door. You'll find a lot of those on level 3. Make sure to read the mosaics that are on the floor in level 3. But don't always believe them. I grinded Mr. Murphy. Yeah, Murphy's Ghost is the ticket. Once you get to level 4, there is a battle that, once you have that Magneto spell, is pretty easy to get through. And the battle drops a treasure chest every single time. And the treasure chest contains something that you can sell for a massive amount of money. So it's really easy once you get to that point. Let me turn the volume down on the game there. It's very easy once you get to that point to sort of almost have unlimited money going forward. Which you'll find, gold doesn't do much after a while in the shop, but it comes very handy for resurrecting characters later down the line. Alright, so there's a door here. There we are. There's the stairs down to level 5. We're not going to level 5 just yet. There's something about level 5 that I am not ready to deal with right now. Oh boy, look at these guys. Alright, let's have some fun with these guys. What are we going to do here? We have no more... Let's hit them with a Dalto. Let's hit the wolves, the coyotes rather. Takes care of that line. Yeah, the rescue party is a good idea. Once your characters get to around level 10, as long as you just don't go completely crazy, you know, as long as you don't get reckless with the exploration, you'll be okay. The general rule of thumb for me when it comes to this game is once your wizard has all of his spells, you're pretty much ready to finish the game if you so choose to do so. Alright, we're heading back to town. You mean it gets less dangerous when you're higher level. When you're a higher level character, it does. Simply because, you know, you're better equipped. You have more healing. You have more firepower. But if you're down on level 9 or level 10, there's always a group of monsters that can take you out. You know, unless you're just completely ridiculously over-leveled. Heading back to town now to rest up, level up. Almost back home. Woo! Alright, got some undead kobolds here. We're just gonna have some fun with these guys. We'll let the holy people take care of it. Does it affect the damage output, etc.? So all of your damage is not affected by your physical level, but by your stats. So if your strength is high, your damage is going to be higher. If your weapon, of course, is better, the damage is going to be better. All right, so who is leveling up? Frodat and Merlin. All right, so let's see. And Merlin. All right, so I think Merlin maybe have gotten a new spell here. I don't think so, but we'll double check. Let's take a look. Did Merlin get any new spells? No, not yet. But we can cast more of them. But your age or Vim doesn't matter. So your age, so they changed that stat just a hair in this version of the game. In the original Wizardry, your character could get so old that their stats start to drop as they level. So if you have a character that was 100 years old or 90 years old or whatever the case was, and they level up, their stats start going down instead of going up. So you could age yourself out of being, you know, productive. In this game, they got rid of the word age because what was happening in the first Wizardry is characters were getting up to 200 and 300 years old, which makes sense if you're a dwarf or an elf, but not so much if you're a human. So just to avoid that whole oddity, they changed it to Vim and changed it to like a percentage of your vitality instead of an actual age stat. Alright, so let's go ahead and rest up the other ones. And we'll head back to the maze and heal up. And at this point, we are ready. Well, you're never ready, but we have nowhere else to go, really, but then down to level 5. Now, there's something about level 5 that is so dangerous. And I really dread it because no matter how strong you are, level 5 always has that risk that you're not going to come back. If I remember correctly. Like I said, it has been quite a while since I played the game. I think the last time I played Proving Grounds, the Mad Overlord, from start to finish was maybe back in 2012 when I reviewed it for my website. So what we're going to do this time, instead of taking the stairs, we are going to go ahead and take the elevator, just so I can show you a taste of what's going on with level 5. So we take the basic elevator down to level 4, which there's a series of encounters on level 4 that unlock the ability to use the second elevator. Again, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. Do a low Milwa so we can see any hidden doors. So my Duma Pick spell, this is essentially level 4 in its completion. I still have one door that I've not gone through, and that's the door to the express elevator. And that's where we're headed now. Private elevator, authorized users only. We are now authorized users. So we've got a gas dragon here. I hate to burn a Magneto spell so soon, but we're going to have to. It's the easiest way to get rid of the gas dragon. Made that very dangerous fight very easy. What do we have here? Poison needle. The party unlocks the door with a blue ribbon. Now, if you go into this room without the blue ribbon, I can't remember what happens. I think there's gas that rushes up from the floor and puts the party to sleep, and then they wake up outside of the door, maybe. It's been a very long time. So we have 8 bears here. These bears they mean business. So we're going to use a Mahalato, which is an AoE fire spell, another Mahalato, and that should be enough to finish them off. And the one that doesn't always runs away. So here we are in the express elevator. Now this elevator can take you all the way down to level 9. So in theory, we can go to the very deepest levels of the maze at this point. Which, if you want me to be completely honest with you, there's really nothing worth seeing on level 5, 6, 7, or 8, right? Except for some cool layouts, traps, things like that. But to the best of my memory, there are no more items or things like that to discover. There are some cool little Easter eggs tucked away. And if you take the time to map level 5, 6, 7, and 8, by the time you make it to 9, you're golden. You're ready to go. But we are going to hit level 5, because that's the next level. And you will soon find a very shocking thing about this level. Let me illustrate by saying, let's go ahead and cast a healing spell on Wilma. Oh, so it worked. Interesting. And I could be wrong, but from what I remember about level 5, spells did not work. I can't imagine that they've changed that. I thought the whole level was anti-magic. Really? Interesting. Perhaps my memory is wrong, but that's the way I remember it. Alright, let's go through this door. I really don't think they would have changed anything like that. Hidden door there. Nothing here. I can only guess that my memory is incorrect. Danny says, ooh. Last dungeon crawler I played was Etrian Odyssey 3, but this one feels way more dangerous and more interesting to me. So, Etrian Odyssey is based heavily on Wizardry. I know that. I've never played Etrian Odyssey, though. I want to. Oh, there's our stairs down to 6. Those are games that I am intending to play and stream. The original trilogy is available on Steam now for the first time. It was a DS exclusive. Danny says, ooh. I'd have the Steam version already, except it's so darn expensive. The monster surprised me. This is bad. They're missing me for the most part. Alright. We need to take these guys out quick. So I have spells, right? That's what I'm seeing. No, we don't want... I don't want Shorty to burn their spell. I have spells. That's gonna kill me now. I was positive this floor was anti-magic. Maybe that's level 6. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I want to say, I think it went in tandem with a level that had a bunch of traps, spinners, and things like that. Which made it super difficult because you couldn't even cast a map spell. How deep do I want to take this is the question. How deep do I want to go? Well, let's just see. What happened? Oh, yes, Wilma's poison. I forgot. We'll use that on Wilma right there. Alright, so I am in a hallway. With some darkness ahead of me. We'll save that for later. Oh, did you see that? Watch. Spinner trap. You can always identify it. And in this game, the characters can get confused easily, and so that means the auto map gets confused. So anytime you hit a spinner or they get teleported, they have no idea where they're at. So you can't trust that auto map at this point. The only way to get back to your senses is to use a Doom-a-Pick spell. I feel like the devs are going to change that. They've all but told me as much. So I'm curious to see when the October update rolls out how that's changed. Boy, this one miss does not want to get dispelled. And we're paralyzing the whole party. We're going to keep trying, though. Let's see. What is Shorty going to do? Yep, let's just keep at it, because it's a surefire way. Come on, guys. We're about to get in big trouble. The whole party's paralyzed, except for Shorty, right? All right. Woo! So Danny says, oh no. Because I don't think Shorty has a spell that can fix these people. Does not. Does not. So, alright, let me see where we're at. We're going to limp back to town. Where are we? Alright. Through the door, around the bend. Oh, this is going to be perilous, y'all. What is this? It's another one of those weird glitches. This is bad news. Bad news. These swordsmen can kill Shorty. No question about it. running doesn't usually seem to work. And if you do successfully run, then you literally just run all over the dungeon and get lost. Yeah, it didn't work. We're going to try it one more time. Oh, it worked. Now watch what happens. This is so cool. Watch the auto map. Oh, it didn't do much this time, but there's so many glitches. Yeah, I'm seeing major glitches here. Wait, am I on the other end of the darkness? Is that... What in the world is happening here? That is so strange. This whole thing's glitching out. You need to cast the map spell again, yeah. Yeah, if you get lost in that manner. So this, we're good. We're good to go, because we're simply going to go back up to level 1 and bring everybody back at the temple. Now there's a shortcut in the darkness here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 paces south. Turn to the west. And we've got the shortcut room back to the castle. So interesting stuff going on with, I don't feel like it's intentional, but there's some major visual glitches happening here that I've not seen in other parts of the game thus far. So Kyler needs to level. Alright, so Kyler is the one that is ultimately going to become a lord. I think his strength is where it needs to be. His intellect, agility, and luck, maybe. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to look up my stats for Lord. Wizardry. A Lord needs to have a 15 strength. We're good there. 12 IQ. We're good there. Piety's good. Vitality's good. Agility needs to be 14. Luck needs to be 15. So we're going to go ahead and bump him up to a 13 luck. And maybe by the time, maybe 2 more levels, he'll be ready to switch classes. Then we'll get her. There we go. But that's what I like. It can go from very comfortable to very dangerous in a few seconds. Yeah, that is definitely the Wizardry way. Of course, some of the newer games in the series, some of the Japanese games, they actually have a more traditional save system. So it's easy to just reload your last save, which I've been guilty of doing when I stream those games. But in this one, there's not really any way to cheat the system. You either live or you die. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. Alright. So let's do a little healing, and then we're going to go back to that weird 5th level that I was sure was anti-magic. But I've been wrong before. All right. So here we go. We're going to take the elevator once again. Walk until you hit a bump. Step to the right and just keep walking. 3 slimes. All right, south we go to the express elevator. 3 insects. Dragonflies? No, boring beetles. We'll roast some beetles here for dinner. One of the things I'm looking forward to is the devs have stated that there's going to be more music added to the game, which, you know, the soundtrack seems fairly complete at this point, so I'm curious to see what they do. Maybe some of the more epic fights will have their own theme. So the music is unique to this version, but it is heavily based off the Nintendo soundtrack. In fact, when I first heard this, I thought it was the Nintendo songs redone because they're that similar. But upon further listen, they are different, but heavily inspired by, for sure. I also don't remember the Nintendo version having music in the dungeon itself. I want to say that was silent. But again, it's been a long, long time. Poison needle. I love chests. I love finding chests. Ooh, we have armor. What did we find? Let's go down to level 5. And let's take a look at this armor. So Kyler found that armor, right? Let's give that to Shorty. Plate mail, okay. Minus ace. It's a -5 AC bonus. That's what that is. Alright, so we're good. We have no need for it. So we are going to Lomilwa and Dumapic. Alright. So what do you say? Let's check out some of these rooms on the left. Looks like a solid room. I'm not seeing any hidden doors. Last door. Oh, last door is different. Not seeing any vibrating walls here. 6 ethereal entities. Great. Oh boy, this is great because they gave me a fit last time. Alright, so this time we're not going to fool around with them. We are going to cast a Mahalato and 2 dispels. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so we got all rid of all but 2, so we're good. But they paralyze. Kyler's paralyzed. Alright, so this time, dispel, attack, dispel. I hate to cast another one, but we're going to do it. Because I don't want to run to town every time the wind blows. Perfect. I always hated that. You waste the spell even after you defeat the monster. Alright, so Wilma is going to fix Mr. Kyler up here. It is Dalco. Then we'll put Kyler back in the front line there. We have a hidden door here. A short hallway. Alright, so this is a one-way door back to the starting hall. What am I looking at here? It's a door on a wall? Interesting. What's in here? Alright, so we have a hidden door on the left. And a hallway here. Let's do the hidden door. Stairs up to level 4. Okay. Does agility only affect turn order, or does it also affect the chance to detect disarm traps for a thief? So agility for sure affects who goes first, or the chance to go first in combat. That's for certain. I like to think that it does increase the chest disarm probability. I do not know that for a fact. Alright, so we've been here before, just making sure. That's one I'll try to research and get back to you on. I know if I was designing the game, that's definitely how it would work. I feel like it probably does because agility is a main stat for the thief in this game. And it would be a waste if it didn't work that way. Just go through this door for no reason. One-way door on a wall. I read the Apple III manual. It's a bit vague about what all the stats do. So yeah, the original manual gave people just enough information, but there was also a lot of misinformation included in the manual as well, just for fun. Alright, so one more step this way is the spinner trap. So let's see what's in here. Not a whole lot to see on this level so far. Grave mists again, I'm sure. We better get ready to be paralyzed. I've got 3 Mahalatos left. Here soon we'll have to make a trip back to town. Plus Wilma here is leveling up. So maybe her dispels will become more effective. Who got paralyzed? Kyler again. Boy, they like him, don't they? Yeah, Apple IIe, I think, was the first version of the game. My first experience with Wizardry was actually on the 1984 black and white Macintosh. The Mac version's a lot of fun. Alright, so where am I? Getting farther away from the elevator, that's for sure. So we're going to play it safe. We're going to head back to safety. Where am I? Looking at the map, trying to figure out where I'm at. And of course I exited out before I could see where I was, where the arrow was. Okay, so I am way over here. Oh boy, okay. Okay. I see the path that I must take. See, remember, this was all glitched last time. So strange. Oh, Kyler's still paralyzed. I didn't fix that. Let me fix that. before we go any further. 6, 7, 8, 9. Uh-oh. There we are. I overstepped one. What is your favorite dungeon crawler? Wizardry is by far my favorite. Of the Wizardries, the classic Proving Grounds is my all-time favorite, probably just for nostalgia reasons. I like some of the later Wizardry games as well. Wizardry 6, Proving Grounds, the Mad Overlord is a personal favorite. Or pardon me, Wizardry 6, the Bane of the Cosmic Forge is a personal favorite. I've only tried a handful of others. I like not King's Quest, Bard's Tale quite a bit. Bard's Tale is a lot of fun. Very Wizardry-like. There's a Bard's Tale trilogy on Steam that is the first 3 Bard's Tale games remastered in a way that's not unusual. Not unlike this, I should say. Highly recommend those. In fact, you could, I believe in Bard's Tale, you could import your old Wizardry characters into that game. But there are some infuriating parts to that game, I'll just go ahead and tell you now. They take every trick from Wizardry and other games of the sort and really go overboard with it. Oops, I'm just casting the wrong spells and everything here. So Wilma got a new spell, I noticed. Litocan, which is a cool spell for a priest because now she has an offensive spell. It's basically a tower of flame. Litocan summons a pillar of fire to strike a group of monsters, causing 3 to 24 fire damage to each. That's fantastic. Oh, and look, we can resurrect now. That comes in handy. No more trips to town if somebody passes away. I tried a bit of Wizardry 6 and got out of the castle. I really like the conversation system. Wizardry 6 is a personal favorite. It's so much different than the first 5 games in the series. The first 5 games are like this, to an extent. Wizardry 6 had a whole new lead programmer, story designer, and everything. It was still a Surtech game, but it wasn't the same people that invented Wizardry at that point. David W. Bradley was the chief programmer for Wizardry 6 and 7, and he definitely took it in a new direction. Not a bad direction, just a different direction. I love Wizardry 6. What happened? Oh, wow. I almost killed Brunellita by casting a life spell on her. That was fun. So if you cast that spell on someone that's alive, it hurts them. Interesting. Alright, and I think everybody else is already healed up. We'll take one more trip down to level 5, and then I'll probably have to wrap it up for the evening. Actually, there we go. One spell, huh? One hit point. You know what, let's just top them off, because we are going into the unknown here. Do you have backup characters? I do not. Now, in the event that everybody wipes, I will go ahead and probably make a party, or at least one character, to run and get them. Because if that character dies, it's not that big of a deal. But I do not have backup characters. That's part of the fun. But only when it happens, I see. Yeah. I usually don't. So this stream is probably more risky than the way I play personally. Because I do want to show off the map, and I want to show off everything the game has to offer. So I'm exploring level 5, right? But if I was playing by myself, I probably wouldn't do that. I would simply grind out fights on level 4 until my characters have learned all of the magic spells. And then at that point, I would go down to level 9, take a few steps, fight, run home. And I would do that until my characters are around level 14 or 15. And then I'm ready to finish the game, really. There's a lot of unnecessary filler in this game that once you kind of know what's going on, you can just skip right over. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean that is sort of the truth of the matter. Levels 5, 6, 7, and 8 don't really serve any purpose other than wandering around and leveling. But like I said earlier, there are some cool little Easter eggs tucked away in those levels that are fun to find and uncover. And completionists like me always want to get every map. Because back in the day, we mapped it all by hand on graph paper. And if they ever add achievements to the game, Steam achievements, you better believe I will go through and map everything, if that's part of the achievement system. If you're not understanding, it's a nice system for that. I can't wait to play those games. I'm going to do it very soon. Right now, the whole collection, I think, is like $70, maybe, something like that. Oh, this is annoying. Putting that one insect at the beginning. So we're not messing with this at all. Let's just go ahead and give him the good old Mac attack and be done with it. But you can use automap. Yeah, I knew Eternausen had an automap. What did we find this time? Oh boy. So, word to the wise on level 4. The teleporter. We talked about this earlier. It can teleport you. There's a series of rooms that are actually on the map. So let me be clear. If the teleporter ever teleports you out of bounds, meaning out of the map, or out of something physical in the 20 by 20 map, there's always a way back. There's always a hidden door that'll take you into the proper area. But level 4 has a loop of rooms, a series of rooms that do not have a way out. And it is quite possible that if you fail to disarm this trap, it will teleport you into those rooms, and there's no way out unless you teleport out. So you either have the teleport spell, which I don't, or the other option is to just keep fighting monsters and hope to find another chest trapped with a teleporter that teleports you out of the loop of death. So we're going to go ahead and roll the dice here. We're going to try to disarm the teleporter. I have an 80% chance to do it. I failed to disarm the trap. It did not go off. Ooh, we got a staff. What did we get? What is the staff? We're going to give it to Shorty. You know, and I know it's probably a broken item. What item broke on Frodette? Oh, this is before I use those potions. So this is going to be a plain staff because we can't identify it. We already know. Yeah, so it is a brutal design. Oh boy. But anyways, what I was saying was I always feel like, and I know it's not the case, but if the chest is exceptionally dangerous, maybe the loot in there will be so much better. And I know that's not how the game works. It doesn't really have logic like that. So this time, let's go this way, and let's go check out this door we didn't go through earlier. Three armored men. These are going to be daimos, maybe? Because samurais in this game are female for some reason. I don't know if I said that right. Daimyo. I don't remember much about these monsters. But it looks like a great time to try Lidocan. And we'll give him an AC penalty too. What do you say? Now they're easier to hit. Lidocan. Okay, it took about half their hit points away. Double hit point penalty there. So we should be able to finish them off with physical attacks now. I think these guys can one-hit kill. I read with the teleport spell you lose all your gear and money. So that's what the manual said. The Wizardry manual used to say that. But from my experience, that was never the case. Now again, I never played the Apple II version either. Oh no! But I wouldn't worry too much about that because, well, there's two teleport spells, if I'm not mistaken. There's the one that you could program the coordinates in, and then there's the one that you can use in combat. And I think the one in combat teleports you to a random spot. But I know for a fact that using teleport just in the dungeon to reach an area does not take away your money and your gear. Alright, so what did we find? A shield. Give that shield to Shorty. Discard broken. Oh, discard the broken item. And Shorty. Small shield. All right. So Wilma has some healing to do here. On Merlin. Maybe give Merlin one more. Maybe give Merlin two more. These random rolls, man. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's check out this room. Oh, thank you so much for that. Thank you for the follow. So we have a hidden door here. Time to go to bed. I'll see you. Yes, please. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you come back another time. The plan is to explore the entire game in its entirety. Every level. Have a great evening. So let's see what's in some of these other rooms here. And a big long hall. Good luck. Thank you. I appreciate it. With a hidden door at the end of it. Are we ready to dig into this? Let's stay close to what we've explored thus far. Alright, so more of these guys. I think, didn't Wilma pop a Litacan on that last time? And we'll use a Mahalato. We'll see how that combo works. Oh yeah. That worked all right. That should have killed him. Very good. No chest this time. A small dragon. Is this one of the dragon puppies from earlier? It is. So we surprised it. Let's see if we can take it out. So we did not take it out in the first round, but it's hurting. Maybe we can just knock it out in the second round before it gets... Yeah, there we go. Before it gets dangerous is what I was about to say. Alright. So this hallway has rooms as well. And I can't remember. Let's see. Okay, we've been all through there. There's this midsection there that we haven't checked out. Let's go ahead and do that. So 4 dragon puppies. I don't know that we want to mess with 4. So I think it's time for the trusty Magneto spell. Took them out. Hey, Danny. Oh, cool. Sure wish I was getting more treasure chests, though. All right. So what's the path? How did we get there earlier? Let's go down here, because we didn't hit some of these up. Oh, did you see that? Now that looks to me like a door obscured in the wall. Maybe that's indicative of a one-way door, because I can see it from here, but it's not here. Three priests. So we're going to try something. Oh, 3 bishops. I'm going to try to block spellcasting on them. And we'll see if that's enough to take the edge off of them. It was ineffective. 1 bishop was silenced for 4 rounds. Not that one. And not that one. Look, of course, the one bishop I killed is the one who was silenced. Okay. So, that's that room. There's got to be a way to get in there, right? No? That's one we can teleport to later. Nothing on this end either. Dum dum. Wonder what that noise was. Did you hear that? Was that noise telling me that my spells may have worn off? I think that's what it meant. That's good to know. So this is where we called it quits last time because there's darkness ahead, right? One demon. This is our first demon. I think it's probably a lesser demon. It's a gargoyle. That doesn't even count, right? Can you dispel a demon in this game? I don't remember. Let's try it and see. Let's see what kind of trouble this guy gives us. Wasn't too much trouble. So this is fun. Believes this chest is equipped with an alarm. An alarm in this game, if you trip the trap, will fix it so that your next several steps are guaranteed fights, guaranteed encounters. But it wasn't an alarm, it was a blades trap. The party took very minor damage off that trap. For priests, I bet you these are bishops again. They kind of got on my nerves last time. So we're going to give them a Lidocan and a Mahalato. Roasted. And that does that. She believes it's a trapless chest. Let's expect the worst. No trap. We received a sword. Let's take a look at this sword. Give it to Shorty. Shorty will identify it as a long sword +1. Alright. We had some of these before. We lost them all. So we're going to give that to Kyler. Kyler's going to equip that right away. And we have us a hidden door into an empty room. So let me see the progress that we've made. We've mapped about half of this floor. Let's proceed into the darkness. Oh. We have a... Okay. So we have a just an empty room here. All right, let's make quick work of this. Very nice. Alright, so Wilma's poison. Let's go ahead and fix that. With a Latumafus. Ooh, but wait a minute. That was her last level 4 spell. Do we still have a Latumafus potion anywhere? Yes. One more. Alright. So it's about time to start thinking about heading back home. Oh, looky there. Okay. I knew. I told you. I knew it. There is an anti-magic zone on this level. And we just found it. But not here, right? Okay. So interesting. This quadrant here is anti-magic. So that's going to make for a fun spot to explore. For some reason I had it in my head the whole level was anti-magic. That's not the case, thankfully. So we're going to head back to town, rest up, and probably end the stream there for today. We're also going to take the opportunity, I think, to stock up on healing potions and poison potions and everything else. Because when we come back, we are going to try to chart out the section of the map that is anti-magic. This is going to be a spinner right here, right? I believe this is where it is. Alright, so I'm facing this direction, which we've actually not mapped. So I'm facing south, so I want to go this way. We want to go this way. Okay, I've got my bearings now. If I can just get somebody to level one more time before we leave here, I'll be happy. Right here is the elevator. North, north. All right, so that was a fun little excursion down to the 5th floor there. Lots of fun. Let's 6, 7, 8, 9. Good stuff. Good stuff. This is where we're going to go ahead and stop the stream for tonight. When we pick it up tomorrow, we will prepare ourselves for being in a no magic zone. We'll have healing potions. We'll have anti-poison potions and everything else. And we'll see what we can find on level 5 as we try to finish mapping out that entire level. Thanks so much for hanging out tonight. Thanks for the conversation. It was a lot of fun, and I will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you again.